Peter thought Jesus would never forgive him. In a quiet village, Peter sat alone, filled with guilt over his denial of Jesus. The weight of his failure pressed heavily on his heart, leaving him in deep emotional pain. He felt as though the shadows of his mistakes would never lift. The night was dark, and Peter wrestled with his thoughts. Memories of Jesus and their last encounter flooded his mind, each recollection deepening his shame. He felt utterly lost in the silence of his regret. But somewhere in that darkness, a glimmer of hope remained. Peter longed for a chance to speak to Jesus again, to hear his voice filled with compassion. He wished for forgiveness, yet feared it would never come. Then, one day, as the sun began to rise, Peter heard familiar footsteps. It was Jesus, walking towards him with open arms. The sight filled Peter with a mix of joy and apprehension, unsure of what to expect. As Jesus drew closer, Peter's heart raced. Would Jesus reject him? Would he turn away in disappointment? The fear clawed at him, but he could see only love in Jesus' eyes. When they met, Jesus simply smiled, a gentle, understanding smile that spoke volumes. In that moment, Peter felt the burdens of his guilt begin to dissolve. It was as if the weight of the world had lifted. Jesus took Peter's hands in his own, eyes shining with compassion. "You are forgiven," he said softly. Those words cut through the pain, replacing it with a warmth that filled Peter's heart to the brim. Tears streamed down Peter's face, not from sorrow but from relief and joy. In Jesus' gaze, he found acceptance and love beyond his comprehension. He realized that his mistakes didn't define him. In that sacred moment, Peter understood the true meaning of grace. It was not about perfection but about love and second chances. His heart, once heavy, now danced with hope and freedom. Leaving the village, Peter felt reborn. With each step, he carried the message of forgiveness and hope, ready to share it with others. He was no longer defined by his past but by the love that transformed him. The story of Peter reminds us that forgiveness is always within reach, and through love, we find healing and hope. Each of us, no matter our past, can embrace the peace that Jesus offers.